So the special holiday issue of Chatelaine plopped on my desk the other day. Yeah, I read Chatelaine. What do you think about that? Well, not really, but this issue I did read because it featured a Justin Trudeau interview. And just wait until you hear how Trudeau answered a question about the now infamous Kokanee Grope. So Justin Trudeau and the rest of the federal political leaders, minus Maxime Bernier, of course, because he's not allowed to sit at the cool kids table, well, they were all interviewed by Katrina Onstad of Chatelaine, Canada's leading women's magazine. Now, for the most part, the queries were of the softball variety, but full props to Chatelaine because after Onstad finished asking Justin about all his gender and feminist-based initiatives, she did not ignore the elephant in the room, which is to say, last but not least, the final query was this, quote, "A story surfaced this year about an incident in 2000 where a community paper in BC ran an unsigned editorial reporting that you allegedly groped a reporter at a music festival. Do you have any regrets about how you handled your response?" Editor's note, Trudeau's initial statement was, "I am confident that I did not act appropriately." Now, folks, I'm going to present Trudeau's answer verbatim in a second, but keep in mind I have read and reread the following statement some 4 or 5 times over, and even though English is my first language and I do have a degree in journalism, I still don't really understand what Justin is saying. I don't. Anyway, here goes. Quote, "Well, listen, regrets? No, we have to recognize that we are all in an evolving context. We are figuring out how to deal with these things in new and better ways than we were ever able to in the past. I am very aware that I am part of a larger conversation that really isn't easy. From the very beginning in dealing with this, I wanted to make sure that I left room in the conversation to not shut down or diminish what the woman in this situation had experienced, and recognize that people can experience the same interaction very differently and legitimately. I'm obviously thinking very deeply about how we continue to model both support and respect for people who come forward and share their stories while being thoughtful about how we move forward as individuals and lessons learned," end quote. Okay, let's try to deconstruct this bafflegab. For starters, not only is there no apology forthcoming, but Trudeau doesn't even regret his egregious behavior towards this young female reporter. Secondly, in retrospect, this sordid incident makes for a learning opportunity. Oh, not for Justin, mind you, but rather for us. Thirdly, that event happened 18 years ago. Hey, the 20th century was a different time, folks. It was okay to be a little handsy, but then that bastard Weinstein ruined it for everybody. He just got too greedy, and now we have that bloody Me Too movement thingy, so cut the 2000 model year Justin Trudeau some slack, will ya? And finally, Mr. Trudeau continues to think deeply about what transpired that day, and as they say, it's the thought that counts, right? So ladies, I have a question for you. How are you digging our first feminist prime minister now? For the Rebel.media, I'm David the Menzoid Menzies. Hey folks, the Rebel has a new app. Please download that app and take the Rebel with you wherever you go.